Well, hello, Melanie. Do you like my Sagittarius full moon background? Don't worry, it's a bit glaring, but I'm going to share your chart. And oh gosh, we've had so many emails and conversations. I'm not actually very sure what I was going to be looking at. I'm kind of in a, oh my goodness. And your email address is kind of weird. Melanie, what does I know it's something something or other. Because your oh, it's MDHBMV. Ah, there we go. Because we've had that many backs and forths and stuff like that. If you do, so we'll be talking about the eclipses. I'm going to talk about that. You also wanted to understand a little bit about triggering thing. Let me go to the messages. Oh, Gemini moons. We're terrible. A Gemini moon speaking to a Gemini moon. So, by the way, Jen, she is going to buy some new stuff. She's going to buy the same stuff I've got now. Okay. I think she just moves away and back and forth. So she's really trying not to do that. Okay. So would I look at the planet sign that this is in and the normal definition of that and just consider it might be a bit more triggered, for lack of a better word? Kind of. It's all about blending. So let me get back to the chart, and we're sharing, and I'm going to put the transits around the outside. Whoops, that sounds okay. And so you do have quite a lot of things. So if you're using the book, you will take the energy of the planet in your chart, say the North Node in Cancer, write down what words mean for that, and then the energy of the planet by transit and things like that, and the energy in that, and blend the two, and also bringing in the house meanings too. Okay, it's kind of takes practice. All right, but the eclipses for you, I'm going to eat because I haven't eaten today. It's all in your career house. Your nodal return is over. That doesn't mean that you're kind of past it, through it, whatever. We do have a new moon a full moon to come before that. So the new moon was at 12 degrees of Gemini, and this is in Sagittarius. Your mind is wanting to explore foreign lands, and not necessarily literal foreign lands, but foreign lands for you, higher philosophies, higher truths. The ninth house is is belief and religion, but belief more than anything, more than organized religion. It's belief, it's spirituality made real, if you like, the ninth house. And Gemini is the moon, is the mind, as we know, with our moons. And Mercury's been going over your moon, and so your mind's just been on fire. Well, now everything's shifting slightly. So sorry to eat while I'm on this, but I'm starving and I should have eaten before I did this, but I'm sure you'll forgive me. So I'm going to go forward to the middle of June, and in fact, I'm going to go right to the full moon. All right. Because then Mars will be on your North Node. Mercury will be on your North Node. all of this is really kind of joined together. Okay. I think we need to go back a few hours for the full moon. And the full moon is right on this bit. All right. So for you, the full moon is about 11:30 p.m. Bit later, actually, maybe 12:30 a.m. on the 17th. All right. I'm not going to exact, but it's about that, or maybe 1:30 even. Ah, that's better. All right, that's close. So it's about 1:30 a.m. on the 17th. It's right on your midheaven and your IC. And the moon rules your IC, really, because this is the natural house of the moon. This is going to be another huge pivot point for you, the full moon. I would suggest listening to the Weirdly Magical podcast and know that you have to be in this state of wonderment. Listen to our analogies about the magic carpet ride, because you are going on a magic carpet ride throughout June. We all are, but this is huge for you, this being up here. And this is all still in this area of your chart. Your home, your inner home, your sense of trust and feeling and protection, and then your outer life. And it's changing again. Okay, and Mars and Mercury are triggering your North Node, saying, come on, Melanie, get with the program, and really follow that North Node and kind of become, it's talking about becoming your own parent in both ways, really. But, you know, I get the idea that self-care, self-nurturance, self-love has not been very top priority for you. For saying, even though you're a Leo. You're too scattered, you're too busy all the time. Too kind of over the top. I hope you're going to do these morning pages. I think you're going to find them transformative. All right. I know it's hard with the Gemini moon and with Virgo rising to actually settle to it. Your chart is very mutable, very changeable. And but it's, if you do it, you're gonna find it transforms your life. Put all your feelings down on that paper. Let your shadow out. Let your worst feelings, all those things you're always saying to me, or people will think I'm, going crazy, or people will think I am whatever. Doesn't matter in the morning pages. Okay, listen to Julia Cameron. Keep it under your mattress, under your pillow, if you're worried about somebody reading your innermost thoughts. You're not even supposed to reread them. You're supposed to let it all out onto the page, stream of consciousness. And it's really important with this coming up. June is about streaming the consciousness. Neptune, your natal Mercury, is on the ascendant. So your brain's going all the time, as we know. It will help. Morning pages will help. Neptune's over here, kind of at a pivot point. It feels like your job, your work is fading away. You're being really asked to kind of let go of attachment to it, or as attachment to it as your identity and things. I can't see that you're going to be able to stand to be in it that much longer. How old are you now? 4 years younger than me, 56. Maybe it's time to plan your retirement, at least. Retirement from the day job. To do something you really want to do. And I know you don't really know what you want to do yet. Okay. I think the morning pages will help. I'm actually going to suggest, but you're probably going to say you're too busy for this. starting a blog, you know, but do the morning pages at least. Letting go of control. Let's go to the first eclipse. We can look at this again at the beginning of July, but I know you want a heads up before. The first eclipse is July the 2nd. It's a total solar eclipse, which means it's a new moon, which means it's a new beginning. Guess where it is? Right up there at the top of your chart, in that house of your public life, your outer life. It's changing. The eclipse energy lasts about 6 months. So, you know, it's not going to like wake up the next morning or that day and that be completely changed. I'm just getting it to exact. Although it could be, you know, it can literally eclipse and reset things. So let's look what you've got around 10 degrees. Eris, it's exactly squaring Eris in your relationship house. This is shaking up how you are in your relationship with others and in relationship to your bits of yourself you don't like to look at. You need something like the morning pages. You've got, you know, and it's the best tool I've found, especially for somebody with so much Mercury, Gemini, Virgo energy, to organize their mind or to get this jumble out. And not to mention, you've got Mars opposing Eris. This is a big shake-up, this eclipse, on your whole identity in all your significant relationships. Okay, massive. I really want you to journal about it and do the morning pages. Okay. The other eclipse is on your south node, and that's a full moon, a release point already. It's also a release. It's also on the cusp of this 5th house. Release control over your kids. Release control over having to organize everything. And I know I've said it before, but you are going through this amazing awakening. Well, we all are. We're all being asked to raise our vibration. Please listen to the podcast too. The new moon eclipse is also in sextile to your Pluto. It's going to bring up a lot of shadow and say, it's going to dig deep, which Pluto does, digs deep into things. And there may be a lot of fear coming up, but there's a real element as well of the fact that you're just going to go, I'm done. Done. This is it. You know? Sorry, I just have to answer this. So, I'm going to ask you to stop with the try. Think Yoda. There is no try. There is only do, or there is only do and there is no try, or whatever he said, if you're a Star Wars fan. Commit to doing the morning pages. You know, even if you only get... I know, why do you have to get up at 4:30? What time do you have to be at work? What do you have to do so badly that when you wake up every day that you can't commit to doing something like this that's going to change your life? I'm challenging you to honestly share with me. You know, I know you work. Maybe you start work very early. Maybe do it right after work instead. Because she says preferably first thing in the morning. But, you know, yeah. I don't know what else to say, really. I don't know how else to help you through it, because I can't do it all for you. And I don't think you think I can. I think Sorry about this. It's kind of an important text. You probably, I feel, I'm expressing my Gemini moon here. I'm kind of this new moon eclipse being on this Mars in Libra and Eris in Aries. It's forming a T-square. That kind of feels like it's kind of really pivotal. So I've said it before, but this house is the I am. Who am I in the world? Who do people see me as? Who does Melanie show up as? This seventh house is who you are in relation to other. It's also other people in your life, significant, but it's also your disowned self, it's called. And the disowned self, you can Google it for a more thorough explanation if you want, is parts of yourself you don't like looking at, parts of yourself, your shadow, if you like, that you've refused to deal with and look at in your life. Okay, we all have it. We all have the disowned self, and I'm not sure we all ever kind of get to grips with it completely, but these things trigger it. And then this is who am I in the world. All this is being changed. And guess where the empty leg is? The kind of the empty bit of a cross is that fourth house. It's you, your inner self, that home. Really is time to get to know yourself and that inner self, Melanie. Really is. It's kind of huge. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to upload this. If you want to know more about it, ask. I wonder if I know some things you like to send by email, but message, either do one or the other. I find private message easier because emails get lost a lot more, especially when your email address doesn't say Melanie. But it's up to you. But I'm going to put this in private messages, and I want you to come back and say whether you'll commit to doing the morning pages with us for this month. All right. Love you.